Okay, now we're going to be installing the hardware, such as the SSD, mechanical hard drive, if that's the case, and a solid state drive. Now, this case here, this chassis here, actually has the support for either a solid state drive or a mechanical hard drive, which is nice. This has the 3.5-inch slots, but included in this particular bay has a 2.5-inch drive bay as well for the SSD, which will be very helpful in this installation. So we're going to do that now, but the first we're going to do is install the DVD, and believe it or not, it's right here. So you take your hand on the inside of this case and you pop this out like so. Magic. Real easy. And then you just slide the DVD in place and you're golden, and then you screw them down. And they require the fine thread screws, which are these, okay? And you don't have to go to town, because it's really, sometimes I just like to install one on the top and then one on the bottom, and that's that. All right, so this one has 2 screws, and we'll have to flip the chassis over because the other hard drive is, we can't get to it, so we need to flip this around. Now we can slide out the tray for the 3.5-inch drive. This is a 3.5-inch to 2.5-inch converter for the hard drive. So this works out rather well. Simply just slide it into position and screw it down. Just make sure that the SATA cable section, or the power supply and the SATA cable, are facing this way so you can get to it easily, because remember, there is a fan on the other side here and you want that messed up or getting hit by the cabling. This too uses the fine thread for the screws. The hard drive is actually installed in the included tray, which is nice. And we could simply slide that baby back into the chassis. Now, what we can do is, we don't have to install the other screw back on the other side. If you wanted to, again, personal preference. If you need to take this hard drive out for any reason, you'll have to take that other screw out on the bottom. It tends to be a pain in the neck when you have to take stuff out. So I tend to just use anything. All the screws that are only on this side makes it easier, so you don't have to take the whole computer apart. So now we have the hard drives are installed. The hard drive is installed. The DVD drive is installed. Let's go on to the cabling. So for that, we're going to make that a separate step. And for that, for the cabling and the power connections, will be on this next video shown here. If you wanted to, again, if you wanted to put that easy install thing back in, you could. I don't particularly care for those stupid things, but anyway, on to the next step.